He has such a good hairline. He's actually mogging me.
4 a.m. on Wednesday morning last week, I got a message on my phone along with a bunch of blaring alarms saying that we needed to evacuate, which was a very novel experience. If you don't know why, and you haven't been looking at the news at all, there's been a lot of fires in LA because of a windstorm that occurred last Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we had, battened down the hatches, tried to clean up, bring stuff in from outside.
I think it's so scary how that's happened as well, because there are so many creators that live in LA. I have someone that works on my channel, and like she genuinely like thought she was going to get evacuated or something, because it's just getting so scary out there. And it shows as well that all these like people like Markiplier and all these other YouTubers and streamers, they're very, very rich, but it doesn't matter. It genuinely doesn't matter, because that fire does not like discriminate at all.
Prepare for the windstorm, because the windstorm was unprecedented. It was.
Did you see the clip of the burning McDonald's sign? I saw that someone turned it into a loading screen for a battlefield map, yeah.
It was going to be intense, and there was a danger of fire during this wind event. And it just so happens that the Palisades caught on fire, and then another fire on the opposite side of town, closer to where I am, called the Eaton Fire, broke out after that. And so that fire quickly got out of control. I could actually see it, which was a very weird experience. Out my window, I could see the fire. But yeah, that's what it was. And the night before, when we saw the fire, we were of the mind that we needed to be prepared to go, which is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Whenever you have a fire in the area, you have your go bags ready. You have the most important belongings in there, so you can just grab the bag and you can chuck it in your car and you can get out.
I like I was talking about evacuating the LA fires, which are really dangerous, and someone is just amazed that Markiplier has ears.
Because if a fire is coming, especially with winds of this intensity, you need to get out immediately. And so we were prepared to do that. And we were watching, listening to the news. Big shout out to Watch Duty, the app. I only found out about it last week, but that was instrumental in getting information about where to go and where the fire was and what was happening on a minute-to-minute basis. But yeah, so we had to evacuate.
I know it's probably not the time to talk about it, but I have seen so many like conspiracy theories about the LA fires. I saw one. Again, this is all on TikTok. The source will just be like my ass, but I saw one that was basically saying how there's this couple that own like 70% of all the fresh water in LA or something like that. And then they drained it all out, hoping that the fires would happen. It's crazy. It's only gonna, like, theories like that are only gonna get worse as well. Like ones with no proof. Especially with like the changes Facebook are making to its app as well.
And that was last week. And so we only got back. They lifted the evacuation order only a few days ago. So we got back in just a couple days ago. And the fire didn't do any damage to my place. But the windstorm still had damage left over that wasn't able to be cleaned because everyone had to evacuate. So I actually spent most of the past couple.
Who's using Facebook? Boomers. It's all boomers. And it's very scary because they basically decide like the biggest vote.
Days with my chainsaw, and I was going up and down the street just cutting down trees and trying to get them out of the road, because I didn't imagine that there was going to be a lot of access to cleanup crews, or they were already going to be stressed.
The new Mark Zuckerberg is so cool. Have you seen him? I saw that he got a stylist, yeah. Like, he just grew his hair out, got a little gold chain, thinks he's Tony Soprano.
And the cleanup in the places that actually have been affected by the fires hasn't even begun yet, because there's another windstorm that's that they're showing is going to happen later on Tuesday evening. I think it was the early morning Wednesday or late Tuesday, depending on like when it lands. And that's going to go until Wednesday evening, I think.
We still don't know how the fire started, right? Everyone's got their game theory, but there's no actual concrete proof. It's scary because you get so many fires that start in like Australia, and they will start just because someone in the woods like didn't put out a cigarette properly.
And it's not going to be as strong as a previous wind event, but it's going to be pretty intense, which is, having back-to-back storms like this. I think they said there's only been 5.
Concrete can't set on fire. Oh, I saw that. Wasn't that from Reddit? It was someone basically saying like, why is it the concrete set on fire? And then the community notes came in saying, it's concrete, by the way.
5 warnings of this level in this area ever. And so the 4th and 5th were within a week of each other.
Look up his brother. I know his brother's a fairy. I know that much.
And so that's concerning for many other reasons. There is definitely a risk of more fires after this windstorm coming up in a couple days, and they could erase a lot of the progress that is being made on containing the fires that are in LA right now. So this is not a situation that's over just yet. There's still a lot to do to clean up. And one of the most important things is after the fires have been taken care of and put out, there's going to be months and months and months of recovery efforts and rebuilding efforts. And there's going to be a lot of shitty people trying to take advantage of the people who have been displaced or their houses have burned down. Because
why, when he said that, I just imagined instantly in my head Logan Paul traveling all around LA handing out bottles of Prime as a relief package. Why was that the first thing that came into my head?
There's a lot of people, when they think of LA, they just think like, oh, that's where all the celebrities are. That's where all the rich people in the Palisades, they had their houses burned down. But it's, LA is an extremely
Oh, people in chat had the exact same thought at the same time. That sucks.
Large and diverse city with a ton of history and a ton of places.
I know he did it with like some floodings in America, but
in it that all fall under the umbrella of what's being affected by these fires. Altadena specifically is a very old neighborhood with a lot of really deep history that I can't even touch the surface of in this little informational blurb that I'm making here. But I can only imagine what's going to happen after.
He gave away Prime with the LA fire. We got a link for that? I don't believe you. Prime donates $60,000 worth of products to hydrate LA firefighters. It actually is real. Thank you, Drink Prime, for donating 60 grand's worth of product to hydrate our LAFD battling the wildfires. I mean, I respect it, though. It's a good gesture, but it's not like they're doing it from the kindness of their own heart. They're more just doing it because, it's basically free promo for their company. I like how they didn't do it on camera. That was very clever as well. They didn't get Logan, like, appearing on camera, doing a skit, like, handing them out water, because then he would have been absolutely killed for it. So it's kind of clever to kind of do it on the side thing.
There's about 5,000 homes. They haven't been able to confirm yet, but there's estimated 5,000 homes that are completely gone, unrecoverable. Like the only thing left standing is a chimney.
You should donate Zin. I don't take Zin. Zins are horrible. They're like super dry in your mouth. I used to actually take nicotine, Velo. The little things you put on your lip. I quit though. I'll be honest, I've been off them for I didn't take them a lot. I think I took like 2 a day because I didn't want to do it too much. I'm a week off them now. And I'll be honest, I'm getting no withdrawals at all. I thought I'd be climbing up the walls and stuff because I read up nicotine withdrawal and I just thought it was the worst thing in the world. But I'm fine. I feel like I'm a little bit more manic though. But apart from that, I'm fine. Which is weird, because I genuinely thought, this is really bad. I'm going to be craving this stuff. I think it's because, as well, most people smoked, most people vaped, and then they did snus. But I just started on snus. I've only been doing it for, a year and a half. And then I kind of realized, I was like, okay, I don't know if this is going to give me cancer, mouth cancer in 5 years. I should probably stop this now. And also, I read up loads of stuff about nicotine, because it constricts your blood vessels. It ages you a lot. And I was like, I don't want to be hitting 30 looking like I'm 40. Fuck that. So yeah, I quit because I wanna look like one of those Korean actors from Squid Game that are 55 and they look 20. I want to look youthful forever. It's just not worth it.
I'm sure you've seen some pictures, but seeing it firsthand is completely different. I mean, it's just
Pyro, I beg if
you hear
watch
stories of people
games
that have been in their homes for, or had their homes in their family for 100 years. And it was, passed down, or there's deep history in it, or they've been building a business for 20, 40 years, and it's just gone, The other thing that brings a tear to the eye is the amount of goodwill that's been pouring out of the community. The amount of people that have donated to relief shelters, the amount of animal shelters and people that are fostering pets right now, and the people that are willing to lend a hand, it truly is heartwarming in a way that I very rarely see in a community come together. Not only are people all across the country trying to contribute, but even here, donation centers have to turn away people from donating things because they are overflowing with materials. And
with that article, oh yeah, thank you, Pine, for linking me that article, by the way. Yeah, I feel like with that article I got linked, that snide he made to some people taking advantage, it was definitely directed at Logan and KSI 100%.
Supplies for the people affected by the fires. They are literally stuffed to the brim and set up just to help people. Like, it was beautiful. And so we donated what we could, and, you know, it's just like they couldn't take everything that we had just because they had so many, or they were prioritizing different things. So that is good. That is really good. I know there's a lot of you out there that probably want to help. And one of the things that I have put in the description is a Tiltify campaign.
Tiltify. $43K. Is this just from Mark? That's really good. That's really good. 44K. $10,000. Damn. Yeah, that's really good. It's so clever how they have leaderboards, because it will just like get all the rich people to be like, I want to be number one.
That was set up for LA wildfire relief. Let me just review which ones that they are fundraising for. So this is supporting the LA Fire Department, the California Fire Foundation, the
Donate. Well, I can't donate on stream, can I? Because if I donate anything, you'll say it's not enough. If I donate anything under 10K, you'll say it's not enough.
World Central Kitchen, Baby to Baby, and CORE, which stands for Community Organization Relief Effort. And so this fund is going to all those organizations which provide direct help to people on the ground for this. But the most important thing for me is that after, there's going to be a lull in attention. That's why
Broke cope because I won't donate 10K. I just can't win.
I want to make sure that it's prioritized, that the rebuilding effort in these areas that have burned down, especially in Altadena, are done in a way that is not predatory to the people that had those houses or had that land, right? And you can only imagine that some conglomerate or some company is going to swoop in, try to offer these properties that are no longer existing for pennies on the dollar so they can scoop it up and try to build whatever the hell they want to build to exploit the area. And that's exactly what I don't want to happen. So I'm going to find ways to get involved personally. I don't have any resources to tell you guys how to get involved in that, but that's just something that I want to do because, you know.
Hi, Pyro.
Hi.
Oops, stabbed you. Will just go back into your walls.
Thank you, War Creature, for the 10. That's the nicest donor I've got all night. And he stabbed me in it.
It's very easy to forget. You know, once the urgency and the emergency is over, you know, it's very hard to sustain the effort of building. The more motivating thing for me is to kind of put some purpose into it, some purpose into helping the people in the long term, which is the harder thing to do. It is the harder thing to help.
I do feel sorry for Mark, because he just can't catch a break, man. Like, there's so many delays, there's so much content burnout working on this film, and then this fire just comes in as well.
Over a long period of time, because other things will happen.
I mean, there's been so many people that have actually lost their lives from this as well, from the fire.
Across the country and the world that'll need attention. But right
Someone in chat earlier said that someone got arrested in link to the fire. I'm not sure how true that is, though.
now, I'm here. I was right next to it, you know. I was lucky enough that, you know, my house is okay. Who knows, in a week, the winds might pick up. I might not be so lucky.
The fires started from the toxic sap from the eucalyptus trees around LA because they happen to be highly flammable. That sounds like a schizo theory, but it could be true. I don't know.
But right now...
Has TikTok gotten banned? No. No, it hasn't. It might get banned. It's funny because I'm seeing all the news journalists on TikTok that just recite news in 60 seconds. They're all panicking and they're like shilling their Instagram reels. I saw this one guy saying that my career's over. And he was like, oh, I had such a great job here. Like, I was so happy. I can't believe it. Like, I've lost everything. And then you go on his TikTok and it's just like, all he's doing is like shit post memes of, I bought a property in Egypt.
You know, I see what's happening and I can see what might happen in the future and I can see the need that's there. So I'm going to do something about it as soon as I figure out the best way that I can help, even if it's just getting...
Should I download it? Well, if the ban takes place, it's not going to get banned. You know that, right? All that's going to happen is they're not going to update the app. So it's slowly going to become outdated. Like you're going to get locked into having the same videos recommended to you over and over.
Out of the way.
I'll be honest, it's not going to get banned. There's too much money to be made there. They're too greedy. It's not going to get banned.
Or even if it's just advocating.
Look, if Charlie makes a video and he goes, well, it happened. The poopiest butt situation in my chungus. This is like the time Rug spawn camped me in 6 Siege Gold 2. More like toilet paper 2. Am I right? Like, if he does a video sitting down saying TikTok's going to get banned, then it's going to get banned. Then it is. But for now, all I'm seeing is news articles just saying, will it be banned? And it's like, okay, that means nothing. I'm not clicking on that.
Or even if it's just, you know, picking up a hammer, and trying to help.
Are you jealous? Jealous of a guy that's more famous than me, successful than me, has a much better physique than me, more handsome than me? No, I'm not.
Rebuild. I'll do whatever I can. So anyway, there's more of an update to tell you where I am because I don't think anybody actually knew that I had to evacuate. It was so fast and so early in the morning that, you know, there wasn't any time to prepare or plan, and whatever we planned for and prepared for happened. I have a lot more stories to tell about this because it was quite a journey of watching all this unfold and seeing the new fires crop up and wondering.
He's taller than you? Okay, that's the one bit I'm not committing to. No, he's not. No, he's not.
If they were going to spread or be contained. And then seeing the heroic efforts of all the firefighters and all the people coming together. It was crazy this past week. But it's more than I can tell in an update video, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Pyro. The eucalyptus guy is right. The sap that comes from the tree is basically napalm, and is next to impossible to put out. A similar thing happened in 1991 called the Oakland Firestorm.
Right, okay. Let me look up what started the LA fire. Was it started by idiots? I like that one. What was the cause of the fire, morons? Yeah, no one knows. You can tell by the title, they don't even know.
At 4 a.m. on Wednesday.
The fact Mark immediately went to action helping others in his neighborhood is just incredible. There's a reason he's my favorite content creator. You know, I find it crazy that, like, I saw a tweet talking about this earlier. Markiplier is basically the only massive YouTuber on the entirety of the platform that doesn't have any controversy at all. None. I'd probably say Jacksepticeye as well. That's it. I think every other content creator has had some kind of drama or controversy. The visual of Mark running around with work boots and safety glasses, chopping up lumber to help out his neighbors. You're an absolute hero, Mark. He was mean to the Reddit mods. Oh, I forgot about that, actually. Oh, good point. Well, he wasn't mean. He was trolling them, I think. Oh, God, you reminded me. You reminded me of that Reddit mod that cried to his kid on Christmas Day that he got banned by Markiplier. Like, what a Christmas miracle.